But what we thought that Guruji is here, Pujya Bhupendrabhai Pandya ji, for a 7 days Gita discourse starting tomorrow. So today I thought that this is an opportunity. So I thought it is an extremely important thing for all our lives, particularly your lives, because you all are professionals, very busy at work, raising children with family and all that. So I thought that Guruji's guidance will be very useful and important. Uh, just a brief introduction. Over a period of last 3 decades, Guruji has given more than 1,000 discourses all over the world, particularly on any Indian scripture, you it Bhagavad, be it Gita, Ramayana, Gopi Geet, or Hanuman Chalisa, or you name any, Narad Bhakti Sutra or whatever. His reading is, you will be amazed that how much he reads and how much he has been able to uh, keep it and bring it at a relevant time and connect it with the modern world, that how it is applicable in our lives. So I'm sure that you will like it. The way we have keep it is very short, maybe about 30 minutes he will give this on the subject what he thinks, and then we will have a Q&A session after 30 minutes. So without taking much time, request Bhupendrabhai ji to start.
विश्वानि देव सवितर्दुरितानि परासुव यद्भद्रं तन्न आसुव. Dear friends, first of all, thank Kamlesh Bhai and Dina Ben, because today it was my break day. It was my rest day. But he wanted to make most of the time, my time in Chicago with him. And he wanted to share this wisdom with you, the young generation, young parents, and young at heart, so that we can pass on this wonderful tradition to our coming generations. Subject that he suggested was very interesting. Spirituality for busy professionals in modern age. So easily this subject can be broken into 3 parts. Spirituality, the relevance, significance, importance of spirituality, focused absolutely on the modern generation, and that to professionals and in modern times, modern age. I feel the modern age has given us so many beautiful things with the advent of science and technology. Scientists are constantly striving to make our life comfortable, giving us various gadgets. Whatever a person, if you don't wish to go much in the past, just 5 decades ago, what humanity had thought that if I have so many things, I'll be happy. They would have listed those things. Today, those things are reality. Not only reality, those things are easily available to all of us, especially here in North America. And the world is not, we can see that the gap is decreasing. There is not much. 30, 40 years ago, if you ask Kamlesh Bhai, Dina Ben or Hemant Bhai, when they used to go to India, there was a much of difference between North America and India. Now if you see, there is not much of a difference. The gap is shrinking. So modern world has given techniques, technologies, gadgets to make our life comfortable. Please mark my words, I am not using the word happy very consciously. Because has this comforts translated into happiness? Has this comforts translated into peace of mind? Has these comforts made our lives meaningful? Being professionals, being educated generations, these questions constantly haunt in our mind. That yes, I'm educated, I have certain degrees from well-known universities, I make good money, and with the help of those good money, I have created a very comfortable atmosphere around myself, which includes a home, car, you name it. But the question is, am I happy? Because the more comforts increase, we see that the ratio of happiness decreases. Why? There are three things which reduce the amount of happiness in an individual's life. Now, if I ask you a question, what makes you happy? Quick, what makes you happy? Sheetal, she will say service. Yes, Sheetal?
Yes.
Okay, Hemant bhai, what makes you happy? Or what makes an individual happy? What do you need for being happiness?
Just family is happy.
Family is happy. If you see that my family is happy, I am happy. Yes, beta?
Food.
Food makes you happy. Wonderful. What is your name?
Man.
Man says, food makes me happy. Payal?
I was going to say family as well.
Family makes you happy. What makes you happy?
My time with loved ones.
Your time with loved ones. Yes.
Same family.
Family.
I feel like I'm
You are
only
confused.
happy.
Does it say food?
Food.
Also my work.
Work. So here we have a very small sample size. Mostly people are food and family. So if you have wonderful food with the family, that is the mark of your happiness. Excepting Sheetal, who says that work and service and all. No, answers is like, I want to. Karishma, do you have an answer? What makes you happy?
Friends.
Friends make you happy. Okay, food, friends, and family. Good. Deepak bhai, any answer yet? Yet no answer. Fine.
I think just for me, it's being around good people.
Being around with good people makes him happy. Okay. Even if we have all these things, ask him, ask Man. He has had a wonderful lunch today. Are you happy? While having lunch, and you'll say, yeah, good food. But then, how long does that happiness last? Till you get another meal, a good meal, a tasty meal? All these parameters of happiness are very short-lived. And even if we, suppose everybody of you said that family, let me ask you a very personal question, don't answer me right now. Are you always happy when you are in a family? Don't you ever have difference of opinions? Don't you ever have...
So many days, right?
See, if family is your mark of happiness, then you should always be happy with the family. You should not have any difference of opinion, leave aside shouting and all. No, but it's not. Money is a mark of happiness. Success is a mark of happiness. No? For some people, power is a mark of happiness. So for some people, it is fame and being respected by people in the society is a mark of happiness. Some people, traveling is a mark of happiness. Art, entertainment, there are so many parameters. But all these parameters, even if they are fulfilled, we are still not completely happy Why? Because three things, they reduce our happiness, and they are fear, stress, and anger. These three emotions are integral to human mind. Everybody has some or the other fear. It could be of various types. Basic fear is of fear of survival. And fear of survival is not just limited to bread and butter, but fear of status. I have this job. Will I continue in this job? Because in this country or anywhere, you don't know. You have worked till Friday evening. You don't know whether Monday morning you are going to be there or not. God knows, at 8 o'clock in the morning on Monday, before going to the office, you see an email in your inbox. I don't want to word that email. Formerly, we used to call it pink slip. Now, it is an email. Fear of survival, fear of status, fear of economic stability, and there are some other fears. Fear of public opinion. What will people think of me? This entire fashion industry thrives on this fear of public opinion. What you wore last summer, why do you need, if you have bought clothes in summer of 2024, why do you need summer 2025 collection? Same clothes are going to work for you. They are going to cover your body. They are going to protect you from heat and cold and everything. They are going to protect your modesty. But no, summer 2025 collection. Why? They create a hype right from fall of 2024. That if you don't buy this, you're not in trend. And everybody wants to be in trend. Fear of public opinion. Now, in this age of social media, there is another fear which psychologists say it's a great psychological disease, FOMO, fear of missing out. Everybody, I once in India during a katha, I gave an example like a young mother in late 20s or early 30s who's become a mother for the first time, and he has 2 months old child. Every 10 minutes the mother checks the diaper of the child. Similarly, all of us are carrying this toy, and every 10 minutes we need to check it. Now the child, he doesn't need to, you don't need to check the diaper every 10 minutes. But people check what has happened, how many thumbs up I have got, how many responses I have got, how many fear of, or somebody has posted something and I'm unknown about it. I don't know what happened. Fear of missing out, fear of public opinion. There are so many fears. Another thing which reduces our happiness is stress. I don't need to elaborate anymore because every one of you have experienced this emotion called stress sometime or the other. And the third factor is anger. We do get angry. Every one of us know the futility of anger. Every one of us know the side effects of anger. And even then, and every one of us determined that I don't want to get angry. Ultimately, it is harmful to me. But even then, we do get angry. None of us derives happiness from getting angry. Give me one example who got angry on somebody, who blasted that person for 20 minutes, blah, 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 and says, wow, such a wonderful time I spent. No, everyone repents after getting angry. Still, we do get angry over and over again. fear, stress, and anger. These three things reduce our joy in life, pleasure in life, in life. And dear friends, if you want to accentuate your happiness, if you truly want to enjoy the rewards of the hard work that you are doing in your profession as a result of your education, your degrees, and all of us obviously want to be at peace, we need to know the science to overcome these three speed breakers in the path of our happiness: fear, stress, and anger. Spirituality plays a very important role here. All these three are there because we cannot correctly balance the work life and family life, or work and me time, what we call. Money, rewards, promotions are essential. They are important. We don't want to undermine their value. But at the same time, we are human beings. We are not money minting machines. Most people are deprived of peace and happiness in life simply because they are unaware of their goal in life. If this question is asked, what is your goal in life? People will have different goals. Very lately do they realize that my goal is peace, not just for myself, but for everyone around me. They will vaguely say their goal as happiness, but they do not even know what is happiness or what are the main ingredients of happiness. In so many seminars, I have begun with the question that what makes you happy? Is happiness is a success, or success makes you happy? Think about it. Most people will say, yeah, success makes us happy. But then they realize, what is the use of the success if it doesn't make you happy? And success in itself doesn't make you happy. It needs something more to be transformed into happiness. Spirituality is a catalyst which makes your life happy with whatever raw material you have: money, success, joy, family. Because we have seen people with family are also not happy. And sometimes people who do not have happy family, they say, sometimes they happily single or something. Is that the word, right? Happily single. And they feel, there is one word that's single, ready to mingle. And there is one word, it's like happily single. After having some bitter experiences, they say, no, I am better the way I am. How do we overcome these emotions? Fear, in order to get over fear, I would just say one bullet point. Treat all the experiences in life as a learning experience. Instead of being scared of what's happening, be prepared to learn what it has to offer. This will reduce fear to a great extent. Stress, in order to reduce stress, this is just a bullet point. My entire 3-day seminar is on freedom, how to be free from fear. And there are various exercises. Stress management is again a 3-day seminar. But in order to be free from stress, remember one thing, you cannot be free from stress. In our efforts to be free from stress, we are adding more stress. Accept stress as a reality of life. Use stress as a raw material. But know the techniques to detox yourself from the stress so that you are ready to take up more challenges in life. Spirituality teaches us this. Stress is a natural instinct. You find stress in the animals too. But they know how to get over stress once that challenging situation is gone. Us human beings, we do not know how to put that weight away. Let me give you a practical example. Payal, beta, come here. Take this book. Ubhi thi ja. Just in one hand. Just hold this book in one hand. How much is the weight approximately? A pound?
Yeah, a pound.
A pound, right? Now hold this book with your hand straight. Yes. Thodi amjo jitre. Thoda amjo ha bas. You can hold it. Let's talk. She's doing her work. You keep holding. Hold hand straight. Yes. Okay. So stress is a reality of life. Is the weight increasing, Payal? Little bit, right? Yeah. Continue. Okay, you got the point. If you hold this book, when I told Payal to carry this book, it was very easy for her to pick it up. But then when I said, keep holding it, the book becomes more and more burden to you. If a simple book which is less than a pound in weight becomes more and more burdensome if you hold it for a long time, imagine, thank you, Beta.
Yeah.
Imagine a thought, especially a negative thought, a scaring thought. If you keep holding for a long time on your mind, it becomes more and more burdensome. This is what stress is. So we know, Payal must know when to put this down. When it is necessary to hold and pick up, she will do it. But when the work is over, keep it aside. When you are facing a challenge, your mind will obviously stressed to face this challenge. It will make you even more alert, even more ready to face that challenge. But when the challenge is gone, you must know how to put that burden away. Spirituality teaches us when to do this. And that is how we are not constantly under stress all the time, reducing our overall ability. And third is anger. Anger again is a reaction. When an individual does not know how to respond, he stoops down to a level of an animal, which is to react. Think of these two words, reaction and response. An animal reacts. Us human beings are expected to respond. But most people do not know how to respond. They just react. And that reaction leads us to those angry situations, ugly situations. Spirituality teaches us to respond. It gives us an opportunity to think, to analyze, and be sensitive to the entire situation while responding to it. This is what spirituality teaches. Another thing, because of this fear, stress, and anger, we lose our original identity. Vedanta says that each individual is divided into two. One, the pure self, and another is an acquired self. All our materialistic growth is for the acquired self. In simple words, I would say there are two things in life: being and becoming. Progress, as we feel, is the entire process of becoming. But peace, joy, bliss is always in being. Entire humanity today, if we see, is so engrossed. The time, the resources, the efforts, energy, all is, let me not use the word wasted, but is used for becoming. I want to become big. I want to become beautiful. I want to become rich. I want to become educated. I want to become honored. I want to become famous. So it's becoming all the time. And in that rat race of becoming, we forget to enjoy our being. The joy, the peace, the bliss is always in the being. Spirituality does not restrict you from becoming, but it grounds you in being. Be it meditation, be it samadhi, be it contemplation, be it studying of our ancient scriptures like Veda, Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavat. It grounds us in being. There was a great sage in the 19th century, Ramana Maharshi. He was asked a question, and many of his followers were very well educated professionals from the Western world. They asked him, Swamiji, what is the mark of a person's spiritual growth? How do we know that we are on the right path in spirituality? Ramana Maharshi answered very well. He said there are two parameters. First, freedom from unwanted thoughts. If you are on the right path, you will experience, and nobody else can certify you on this. Only you can know how much free, because what bothers us all the time, in fact, these three things that I told, fear, stress, and anger, it emanates from unnecessary thoughts. Just look into your minds. So many random thoughts, unnecessary thoughts. And because of such unnecessary random thoughts, the worry, fear, what if this happens, what if this happens? I'm going on vacation 3 days later. What if my flight is delayed? What if my reservation is cancelled? What if there is a improper weather over there? What if it rains heavily and I can't go to the excursions that I have booked for? What if? Freedom from unnecessary thoughts, Maharshi says. And second is your ability to focus for a longer period on the positive and productive thoughts. The more you can focus on positive thoughts, on productive thoughts for a longer period, this is the mark of spirituality. Don't we think we need this to make our mind free from this clutter and make our mind capable to focus on a productive, that will increase our efficiency, output, rewards, and material success, which is important in life. What has happened is we have made these two distinct things: material world, which is fun, which is progress, and another is spirituality, which is pastime activity, leisure activity. It can always be postponed for some later time after retirement. This, and sometimes people feel that if we go on that path, how will we enjoy life? This is the biggest misunderstanding, that a spiritual person cannot enjoy. The spiritual person cannot have fun. Ask us. You will not find a happier person in the world than a spiritual person. So spirituality, my dear friends, is extremely important in the modern age, especially for young educated professionals like you. Its importance can never be underestimated. And I constantly strive, as Kamlesh Bhai knows and Dina knows, to make people aware of the need of spirituality in modern life, so that all their efforts, all their education, all their resources can become more fruitful and they can actually bloom into happiness. Now I will welcome your questions on this subject.
What's an easy way, like on a daily basis, to achieve this spirituality? Just something small, something basic that we're able to do.
Payal has asked one of the most frequently asked questions. And I always very humbly object to these words, very small, very basic. So you want spirituality in your measurements. Payal is a doctor. Yeah? If I go to her, or if some patient goes to her and says, look, Dr. Payal, I have this issue, I am suffering from this disease, but give me the medicine which is very basic, very thing. You share your trouble, your question, and let decide the degree, the dosage, the medicine be decided by the doctors. But Payal's question is because we all are busy. Time is the biggest challenge. If not just for our own gain, simply because the duties we have towards others, because of the job we are doing, it's our responsibility towards people, towards family, towards everybody else. Spare at least 20 minutes to half an hour with yourself to know your pure self and ask yourself, is your routine makes you happy, or you are just slogging day in and day out, waiting for some golden ray at the end of this tunnel, and this tunnel is, eternal, as if you just keep rescheduling yourself, okay, for 3 more months, 6 more months, a year, maybe 2 years. remember one thing, beta. Your ultimate responsibility is towards your own self. That which does not give you peace of mind, that which does not put a smile on your face at the end of the day, the activity is not worth doing it. Just money, just recognition, just material gains are not going to make you happy. And this awareness, this sensitivity will come only if you spend some time with yourself. Most people who ask this question, aspire, they expect that I'm going to give some OTC, over the counter medicine. Do this mala, do this puja, read this book, at least 2 pages, and you're fine. I never do it. Because to me, it is doing injustice to that individual. Each individual is different. You cannot have, again, you are a doctor, you know this, you cannot have the same medicine working equally for all of them, for all the diseases. It is a prescription. So ask yourself, Beta Payal. I can give you this broad, does this make you happy? And does this give you peace? If it does, keep doing it. Otherwise, reflect. And it is very important. It was always important, but it is even more important in modern times to be connected with our own. Even we have in our Bharatiya Shastras, spiritual, Adhyatma is said yoga, Adhyatma yoga. The word yoga itself says user to join, to connect. That which connects us with our own self and that which connects us with the Supreme Self is called yoga. And that is what spirituality is all about. As I said, in the modern times, there is an illusionary connection with the entire world. With these social media platforms, we feel that, oh, at the touch of the finger, we are connected with the world. A friend of us is, a relative of us is in India, a friend of us is in Europe, maybe Australia, maybe we are in the Midwest, in Chicago, somebody is in the California, somebody is in the New York, somebody is down south in Texas, Houston, Dallas, and we say we are connected to everybody. We are not. It is an illusion. But in this illusionary connection with everybody, we have lost connection with our own self and with our own real people. You must have seen people, husband and wife, sitting at home in the same room, on the same sofa, but both of them are busy with their own toys, with thumbs. And if they want to communicate to each other, they will put a message in the family group. Now, this is the weirdest thing that we have invented in the last 5 to 7 years, in 10 years. There are 5 people in the family, and they don't communicate to each other. They put it in the family group. I'll be late this evening. Don't wait for me in dinner. Why can't you just tell them? Why can't you just share with them? So what is? We feel that we are connected, but in reality, we are disconnected. We are disconnected with our own self. And this is the biggest loss to an individual, to a family, and to the society, to the humanity. Yoga teaches us to be connected with our own self. Spend some time during the day, I will not even insist it could be, I mean, if it's the morning, wonderful, but with various types of busy schedules. Create your own island during the day in 24 hours where for a half an hour you are alone to yourself and ask yourself two questions. If there is no pressing demand to earn money, and B, if there is no restriction of time, will I still be doing the same thing that I am doing now? Most people will not have a confident yes answer in this. And if you don't have a yes answer, reassess yourself, introspect. You need to change the track of your life. You are not on the spiritual path, you are slogging. You are doing something that is not making you happy. So, as I said, money is important, but we are not money minting machines. And if we do not have control over our own time, we are just dancing to the tune of others. Somebody else is pulling the ropes and we are drawn there. There can be no greater tragedy in human life than this. Try to get the answers. And these answers will come from within you. Reshape your schedules, reshape your life accordingly to attain this happiness. And for this, as a beginning step, beta, Payal, meditation will help you a lot. Meditation begins with pranayam, control of the breath. Again, there is a detailed technique, but slow and slow breathing, deep breathing. That itself will cool you down, that itself will calm you down. Just focus on your breathing, the inhalation that you do, the exhalation that comes out of your body, the coolness of the inhalation, the warmth of the exhalation. Stay with yourself, be with yourself. Learn to enjoy your own company. Everything else will follow. So the more and more you are in touch with your own self, all the great answers will come from within. The spiritual masters, they have read the books, they have heard others, but their ultimate wisdom, they have not gained from a book. It has come from within. Because all the answers are within. And our biggest responsibility is to dive into our own self, be connected to our own self, and get the answers for our own self. Which begins with spending quality time with yourself.
Now that you have shown the path with the answers that you gave for Payal, do you see there is a huge risk of this spirituality probably being forgotten 2 generations from now?
Surely, Ashish bhai. Unfortunately, we have in the modern times, spirituality is just a stylish word without knowing the meaning and depth of it. So instead of being religious, people say, we are not religious, we are spiritual. And by saying that, they feel that they are like one above. It's very intellectual to say that we are spiritual, but they don't know what the meaning of spirituality is. Ultimately, the spirituality reduces to the level of just rituals. So our duty is to show our generation what spirituality is all about. And if we are successful at it, it will not be lost, because there will be great souls who will be searching for this, will have the quest for, they will preserve it, and they will pass on to their fellow human beings. There is no way this beautiful science can be forgotten, or this beautiful science can get lost. But yes, our duty is to make it popular, make it available to most people instead of chosen few. That is our duty.
Like you said at the beginning, I'm a little confused, so I'm going to try. So you mentioned something about the illusion of connection with friends, but it could happen with family too. Like, my daughter, who was, by the way, just trying to find my phone, my husband, my brother, like, it feels all like an illusion, especially, most of, at least my family is in India, and we see them once a year or twice a year. It just feels like an illusion. Like, how am I less connected to Payal, who's sitting right next to me, or more connected than my brother, who is like 7,000 miles away? So, like, is it not connection with every fellow human, or connection with myself, so I feel connected to everyone around me, and not just, the worldly connections that I've built? I don't know if there's a question there, but
Yeah, there is. What is the question?
so the question is like, so the family connections that I was born with, and everybody said family is important, it brings happiness, but that is a cause for stress and anger in most of us. But we still lay a lot of importance on it. So my question really is like, how do you get yourself out of it? Like, spending time with myself, yes, I do it, but then again, I'm with those people all the time. They're calling me, 1,000 ways of reaching me. Like, how do I put myself out of that situation? Because a family member says one thing, and it does cause stress at times. So, like, I know there's no magic soup for it, but if you could enlighten us.
Nimisha tried to put a question.
Yeah, I did, because I am not able to formulate.
Yeah. So now what I have understood from her question, I will try to respond to it. Her point is that let's not just restrict, Nimisha, your question to family members, but let's generalize it to human relationships. Man, all said and done, is an animal. But man is a social animal. And being social animal, we enter into relationships with others. Then there are categories: family, extended family, society, friends, job or work family, work relationship, acquaintances, and then unknowns. Those unknowns are also related to us. Relationship is important. I've given this example so many times in discourses that when we are born, we are not born alone. We are born with a set of relationships. The moment we are born, we had two uncles, two aunts. I mean, in English, we just have two uncles and two aunts. But in Gujarati or Hindi, दो चाचा, दो मामा, बे काका, बे मामा, बे काके, बे काकी, बे मामा, बे mami, be phoi, be phua, be masi, be masa. And you're like 50 people. Set is ready for you. You maintain these relationships for 25, 27 years to get married. You get a spouse. And at the time of marriage, along with the spouse, you get another whole set in a package deal. Be kaka ji, be kaki ji, be mama ji, be mami ji, be phoi ji, be phua ji, be masi ji, be masa ji. Have you ever imagined, Nimisha, that in this entire relations, we don't have choice? And since you don't have choice, you cannot even complain. At the age of 12, you say, "Mane ama mama nathi gamta." Nothing doing. She is your mother, he is your mother's brother, accept it as your mama. You can't exchange it, you can't change it, you can't return it. You just have to live with it. And after marriage, again this another set that comes in the package deal. Mane આવા ફુવાજી નથી ગમતા, as you ladies, તમને ફુવાજી ને નથી ગમતા. You don't have a choice. He is your husband, એના ફુવા તારા ફુવાજી, પકડ. There is only one relation, Nimisha, where we have our choice, and that relationship is a friend relationship. Nobody can impose a friend on us. Only we choose our friends. Our parents sometimes inspire us, they encourage us to make friendship. Or now, as young parents, you encourage your children, your teenagers, to be friends with someone. But if they accept that person, it's okay. Most of the time, they don't. Especially when you tell them to be friends with someone, no way. I can't get along. Ma, shut up. Right? So, if we have choice in only one relation, why don't we exercise that choice correctly? Have good friends. That is the first. In relationships, it is very important. Where you have to exercise this choice, make sure that you have correct friends that will take care of these package deal relationships to a great extent. Because you cannot change them. But your friends will act as such great shield or such a great support for you that all the losses that you have in this package deal relationships will be, I'm fine, will be taken care of by these friends. One. B. In relationships, remember one thing. The less you expect, the happier you will be. Deliver what you are supposed to do. Perform your duties. It is the expectation in any relationship that kills the joy. And most of us, it is our basic nature. If we do something for others, knowingly or unknowingly, we immediately start expecting. I have heard, and you must have heard too, these complaints. I brought my sister's son from India. They were, so in a lower middle class, so deprived in India, but I brought him here. I took care of him. We gave him education. We spent for him. We made sure that he gets best of the education. We made sure that he gets the best job and everywhere. We settled him in all the respects. And look, when he chose his wife or girlfriend or partner, and he decided to marry with that girl, he didn't even consult me. Masi, should I go ahead with this? All 15, 20 years of your hard work, your involvement, you lose the joy of it. Why? Because that person did not ask you what you expected to. What creates problems in relationships? Expectations. Just don't keep. Because expectations will never be fulfilled. It is not, I don't want to say that the fault of others. No. Because if you look by the perspective of others, they will feel that we are of that type. So it is the conflict of expectations. We cannot fulfill others' expectations ever, and others cannot fulfill our expectations. The simple thing is, let us be free from expectation. I have done my job. I have done what was expected of me. I have done to the best of my ability, and with clear mind. That's about it. And now if people talk negative about it, it's not in my control. I cannot lock their mouth. I cannot stop them. I cannot silence them. It's their job. We should not worry if we are right, if we have done what was expected of us, and if we have fulfilled our duty well, we are not answerable to their comments. Create a shield around yourself and be happy with yourself that you have done your job. Now, how they certify you is their job. Don't evaluate your work or your duty done with their certification. If you expect their certification, you will always be unhappy. Your source of joy should be, you are responsible to yourself, let's put it that way. But in this, as I said, pure heart is very important. Honesty with our own self. Otherwise, whatever I have done is correct. Now I cannot do it. It's not that. I have done with total honesty, with pure heart, with my total efficiency. And now what others say is not me. That is the only way to be at peace in these relationships. Correct?
Thank you. I didn't ask the question, but you answered it.